So the opening lineup for the Heat. Wiggins is out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Mitchell. And it's Hero in at the shooting guard position. And for the Cavaliers, the rim protectors standing tall for Mobley and Allen. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Harden. And it's Wade in at the 3 spot. So here we are, Greg, for another clash between these two teams. The second in a row. We'll see many adjustments.
No question. They learned a lot about one another in that first game. And I expect they both fine-tune their approaches here tonight. Now
Mitchell, following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Kicks it out to Hero. Bangs home the trifecta. Hero's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Heat. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Kenny Atkinson. Like everyone, he's impressed with Adebayo's relentless nature. He said, quote, "We have to match his intensity at both ends, trying to keep him off of the glass and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Coach knows they can do it for stretches, but he wonders if they can do it for a full game." Guys, back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Mitchell outside. Wade kicks to Mobley. Pass to Mitchell. Harden outside. Allen a screen on Mitchell. Harden and Allen slams it in.
Well, Jared Allen has length and athleticism, and that's an easy opportunity. Wow.
Powell against Wade, and he banks in the layup.
a little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Now, here's Mitchell. Last game he had 28 points. There's the three. Cranes the three, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. Tyler Hero picks one up. And, Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
And in 2028, Cleveland poised, GA, to welcome the WNBA's 16th franchise.
Reviving the name and branding of the Cleveland Rockers, one of the W's inaugural teams that folded back in 2003. Soon back on stage after a quarter-century hiatus.
And here's Harden after the three-pointer from Norman Powell. Hero against Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Down low. A kick out to Mobley. Over Wiggins. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
You talk about high-quality shot. A paint touch to a kick-out. This is the modern NBA.
Pass to Hero. The three. Hands it from downtown. Hero's got 6.
Well, they were looking for a fast start, and they have been perfect from the tip.
Back to Harden. And it's off from three-point range. Wiggins passes to Mitchell. Outside, Hero. Powell outside. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. Back to Hero. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Evan Mobley with the rebound.
That was their first miss of the game. 4 for 5 right now. What a good start.
Back to Harden. Takes the three. Rebound by the Heat. They went to Cleveland for their last meeting with the Cavaliers, and they came out with a win.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Fires for three. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hero the bounce pass. Wiggins surveying the floor. Wade right side. Shoots over Powell. And it's Wade. That time on the assist by Harden.
There's a reason James Harden is always near the top of the assist charts. That ability to distribute to teammates is elite.
Now, Hero. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Cleveland. Adebayo with a screen on Harden. They get it back. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Cavaliers. They trail by one. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And Cleveland making a change here. Tyson's checked in. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Miami. They set the pick. This one for three. Nailed from three-point land.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now here's Harden.
Wow, James Harden putting a little sauce in the finish. Nicely done.
Outside, Adebayo. Pass to Hero. Jaquez outside. There's the triple. Mitchell comes up with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading. In the corner, Harden. They grab their own miss. Second shot opportunity. Off target from the wing.
Boy, that's an example of a player taking what the defense gives you, just doesn't work out in his favor, right? He misses the shot.
Adebayo with a screen for Hero. From outside, off the mark.
It's close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Chalk up two there.
Not only is James Harden one of the elite one-on-one players, this guy is an elite passer, and it's on display there.
Hero finds Powell. Jaquez outside. To the middle. Stolen by Harden. Pass to Tyson. Back to Harden. Here's the three. It's good from long range. Harden's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Cavs.
This is the basis of James Harden's game, right? That three-point accuracy opens up every other aspect of the floor and his scoring ability.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Powell against Mitchell. Screen by Allen. No good. Great D that time from Adebayo. Pass to Hero. On the wing, Wiggins. Back to Hero. Floats it up for Adebayo. Mitchell with it. Now defended by Powell. Mobley kicks to Harden. Another three for Cleveland. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Sam Merrill. He's checked in for Allen. And Miami also making a switch. Larson's checked in. The Heat trail by 7. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Wiggins kicks to Hero. 5 to shoot. Here's Adebayo. Mobley with the block.
Boy, Mobley read that the entire way. His defensive instincts are so good.
Mitchell finds Harden. Lets it go from deep. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, his supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, the Cavaliers trying to make the most of their championship window. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, quote, "What I've learned is that this isn't forever. We're not invincible. You have to appreciate this because it doesn't come around too often. Not every locker room is like this." Kevin, back to you.
Connected and driven. Allie, we appreciate the report. And so here's Cleveland. After Tyler Hero hitting the 3. Pass to Tyson. Kicks it out to Harden. And another 3 for Cleveland.
James Harden understands answering a 3 with your own 3 negates any momentum of your opponent.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. Now, here is Harden. He's got 17. There's the 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Jaquez outside. Pass to Hero. Here's Larson. And here is Hero. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Defender got fooled there by Hero. He puts it off balance and able to draw the foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That's good from Hero.
And Hero, one of those guys in the league that can nail free throws with his eyes closed.
A different look now for Cleveland. Allen's checked in for Mobley. Keon Ellis comes in for Mitchell. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for James Harden. And then for Miami, Khalil Ware comes in for Bam Adebayo. And Norman Powell subbed in for Wiggins. And Hero drops them both.
This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
Ellis with a screen on Jaquez. To the paint, here's Allen. And Ware pulls it down.
Boy, I'd like to see him finish finish that play with more authority.
Powell finds Ware. Now Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Love the assertiveness of Norman Powell. Boy, turn the lights out.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Rocket Jonas is checked in for Tyler Hero. The free throw drops for Powell.
What you love about Norman Powell historically is he knows his role is professional scorer.
Here's Tyson. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Powell with it. Over in the corner, Jaquez. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Jaquez has got his second basket of the night. James Harden getting it done for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And he continues to torment them from three-point range. A total of 5 threes for him in the game now. Back right after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
On the court for the Heat, Khalil Ware is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Rocket Jonas. Then there's Powell. And it's Larson in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Tyson. Heat knocking down the tray. And it's Allen slamming it down.
There's nothing like a big man with agility. Jared Allen operating well in the pick and roll right now.
And it's Ware in the corner. Powell feeling it out a bit. The 3. Ware, no good. Cavaliers trailing. Pass to Ellis. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Schroeder. A three-pointer is right on target. Schroeder's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, you can see Schroeder willing to take more and more threes. If you're going to stay in the league, you've got to make them.
They set the pick. Powell kicks to Ware. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Pass to Tyson. Schroeder outside. And the Cavaliers get another bucket right there. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Here's Rocket Jonas. Still yet to score. He's off on that one. Ellis outside. Pass to Schroeder. Stolen away. There's the lob to the hoop. An emphatic LU jam.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. in for the Cavaliers. And Miami also making a switch. Mitchell, he's checked in for Jokic. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Allen. Now here's Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Wade sets the pick for Schroeder. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Schroeder's got 7 points in the game. When you think about clutch players, Greg, you think score. But is that accurate? Or can clutch be in any facet of the game?
It's in all phases. And you think of guys who always seem to come up with that crucial rebound or that big-time stop. Being clutch comes down to will as much as skill.
Here's Merrill. The Heat getting the bucket. Pass to Tyson. Wade dishes to Schroeder. No good on the three. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Ware. There's the pick. To the left wing. Stolen by Allen. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
And so here's Cleveland, following the score by Miami. It's up a 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Tyson's got the game tied up here for the Cavs.
Well, you allow a shooter of his caliber to get that good a look and good night.
Mitchell passes to Powell. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Cleveland, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Pass to Tyson. Wade outside. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Jaquez outside. Now Ware. Powell outside. Back to Ware. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Ware's got 9.
Boy, a very quiet start, but it looks like he's starting to find a little something out there.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Cavaliers. Harden comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Donovan Mitchell. And here is Allen. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Out to Wade. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Powell who brings up the ball for the Heat. They trail by 1. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in, right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
And here is Mitchell. After the three-pointer from Norman Powell. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And DB with Mitchell out there on the court, we have one of the most dynamic players in the NBA.
And Kevin, let's not forget one of the smartest as well. Donovan Mitchell played for Quinn Snyder early. He talks often about now understanding the game at a much higher level. Boy, how about that pass? He put it right where it needed to be.
Back to Harden. Mitchell outside. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And they get it. And finds Allen.
Oh, when Jared Allen gets near the basket, you just know he's going to finish with authority.
Powell outside. And again, Miami with the triple.
You know, building up confidence as the game goes on. Hit one from behind the arc in the opening period. Two here in the second.
Back to Harden. From downtown. Rebound by the Heat. Powell outside. Mitchell outside. Back to Powell. A free ball. Harden grabs the miss. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Wade outside. Pass to Allen. Mitchell wide open. A basket good off the assist from Allen. Mitchell's got 7 points.
Boy, if you let Donovan Mitchell get comfortable shooting the basketball, you're in for a tough night. That's an easy catch and shoot.
Now Powell fires from deep. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
To the inside. Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
When you can get off the floor like that, that wipes away any height advantage.
Mitchell with the bounce pass. Powell, no one around him. His three-pointers off the mark. Cleveland's gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. Allen, a screen on Mitchell. From outside the arc. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
It can be an overlooked aspect of his game, but Donovan Mitchell excellent at getting to the free throw line. That's because of the pressure he can put on your defense.
3 shots. 3 shots.
First one falls for him.
One of the things about Donovan Mitchell's game that I love is he's got elite athleticism. There is speed, there's burst, and there's physical strength. This guy is very capable offensively.
And Cleveland making a change here. Mobley's checked in. Heat also with a sub. Wiggins is checked in for Khalil Ware. He hits the second from the line. And he can't make it. 3 for 3.
What you love about Donovan Mitchell is he's already proven that in the playoffs he is willing to be a go-to scorer. He's committed to improving his game. He's got to continue to work at the defensive end of the floor.
Powell to pass to Adebayo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Jared Allen.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Heat.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
First free throw is good.
And you watch Adebayo, he really has everything you could ask for from that 4-5 position. Not a stretch big per se, and that's partly why he shoots such a high percentage.
good.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for James Harden. Putting up about 24 points per, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland. Holds it up for Adebayo. Powell down low. Wade is covered. Adebayo with the bucket.
And this is the level of intensity Adebayo brings. He's terrific at channeling that energy on the offensive glass.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 11. Pass to Harden. Lets it go with the three. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, guys. The Cavaliers want Evan Mobley to rip and run. Coach Kenny Atkinson said with him pushing it in transition, he's just scratching the surface. You see him handle the ball sometimes, and you're like, man, this guy is a point guard. Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, but tremendous skill level. Allie LaForce with that report. Great job as always, Allie. Thanks. Here's Powell. Jared Allen making his last shot. Powell, the pass to Adebayo. Inside, here's Mitchell. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Adebayo with a screen for Hero. And stolen by Mobley. And here's Harden for three. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Bucket is good.
Well, a case where he dominates in close, but Wiggins so versatile on offense.
Mitchell against Harden. A kick out to Mobley. Unbelievable!
Can't do it much better than that right before the clock expires.
What a way to seize momentum. Can it carry over into the next quarter? Beautifully done.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Cavaliers lead by 1. And let's hear from Allie LaForce, who joins us from the sidelines. Allie?
Coach, it's been a hard-fought game. A lot of hustle plays. What gets you over the hump in the second half?
Well, we just have to keep on grinding. That's what this kind of game is like. In many ways, it feels like a playoff game. But those plays right there, ball in the air, ball on the floor, we gotta make sure we're dominating those areas and then make some plays.
We'd love to see playoff intensity there in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
You take a look at the Heat trying to win their way out of a potential play-in game and really get into that top 6.
Yeah, everybody wants that surefire playoff ticket, not the conditional one.
And as for our game here, we have to talk about James Harden. That was quite a first-half performance.
Yeah, he's high point so far. You see the plays they're running for him featured through the half. I expect that to continue.
Yeah, same.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Miami trailing. The big men on the floor for him, Mobley and Allen. Harden out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Wade in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Now here's Wiggins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mobley. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. We take a look at the Cavaliers. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, Miami down 4 spots from them.
Checking out Cleveland. They're in good position, firmly in the playoff picture. They don't have to worry about the play-in scenario at this point, and that's how they want to keep it.
Now here's Wade. Following the missed shot by Davion Mitchell. Wade dishes to Allen. Back to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 from Harden. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Hero passes to Adebayo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. We've got a moment now to see the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the top shooters in the league. 5th, Jared Allen.
Shooting 2.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
The first one falls. Good as he hits both of his shots. The Cavaliers leading. Here's Wade, and Wade slams it in.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack. You know, his selectiveness is worth mentioning here. This guy is not forcing shots, and yet he is cooking.
Harden against Mitchell. Harden outside. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, this is just great competitive spirit by James Harden. You make a 3, he's coming right back.
Doris, there aren't many players like James Harden, drawing total focus from opposing defenses.
And that's appropriate, Kevin, because this guy can command one side of the ball consistently. In pick-and-roll action, he can be a threat as a scorer, he sets his teammates, and he can be absolutely electric on the offensive end. He is a problem.
That's good by Mitchell.
Well, Donovan Mitchell, a 3-level scorer, and fires away from deep with reckless abandon, folks.
Pass to Adebayo. Now Hero, covered by Mitchell. Shots good by Hero.
Oh, nice bucket. This guy's so mindful about the way he attacks.
Mitchell against Hero. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now, Hero. He's got 15. Adebayo with a screen on Mobley. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jared Allen.
And one of the more active big men in our league. Adebayo never stops working.
For Miami, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The first free throw is good. So he gets them both. Here's Mitchell. 14 points for him. It's stolen by Adebayo. Over in the corner, Hero. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Powell for 3, and Adebayo throws it down.
Well, using the play to move the defense to his team's advantage. Go ahead, Norman Powell. Pretty pass.
Allen kicks to Harden. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Allen finds Harden. Rocket 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, few guys understand better than James Harden how to use a pump fake to get a defender committed and get some free throws. That is nicely done.
And the first one at the line is good.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
And both free throws good for James Harden. The Heat trail by 3. Down low, it's deflected. Stolen by Allen. Against contact, Harden makes it work inside. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
And Mobley throws it down.
Wow, that is some big-time airtime by Evan Mobley. My goodness.
Heat moving the ball around. Mitchell passes to Hero. Adebayo kicks to Hero. It's Powell on the wing. Beyond the arc. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Hero.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Back to Allen. Here's Mobley. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Adebayo passes to Mitchell. Back to Adebayo. And here's Powell. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Mobley outside. Over Wiggins. A nice shot by Mobley. Mobley's got 4 this quarter.
Well, Mobley very effective when he gets very good position on the interior.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Tyson's checked in. Here's Powell. Following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Higgins outside. Pass to Powell. Front past the arc. Cavaliers with the rebound. Mobley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now, here's Harden. Well, kick out to Mobley. A three-pointer off the mark. And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Miami Heat. Ake's bounce pass. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Powell. He's got 22. For the three, clock at 4.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 9 assists now tonight. Ake's outside. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Well, the leaping ability and wingspan of Andrew Wiggins is helping him dominate above the rim.
Allen outside. Pass to Harden. Fade away. Powell pulls it in. The Heat trail by 6. Hero passes to Jaquez. Here's Adebayo. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Tough shot from Bam, but man, he is so capable of knocking down that mid-range.
Here's Harden. Oh, Harden so strong from distance.
He got loose from downtown the first half. Now has 3 here in the second. Unstoppable.
Powell gets to Wiggins. Takes a 3. Drops in the tray. Wiggins has got 5 points now this quarter.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Adebayo. Excellent D there from Allen. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Harden dishes to Allen. Mitchell kicks to Harden. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Well, one thing the fans have come to expect from Jared Allen, Doris, some acrobatic finishes.
What's amazing, Kevin, is you might be looking at the rim and there is no Jared Allen in your vicinity, and then a second later he's flying by and finishing. He's got great instincts.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Merrill's checked in. And now a glance at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top assist men over the past 10 games. 4th, James Harden.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
And so here is Miami. Now Jaquez. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Larson. Kicks it out to Hero. Shot clock at 3. Powell for 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Mitchell. Mitchell shrugging off the contact.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Hero, no good. Harden to pass to Allen. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Allen's got the lead up to 11 now for the Cavs. Powell with a screen on Harden. Hero from long range. Cavaliers with the rebound. Here's Tyson. He's got 7 to the inside. Merrill. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Mitchell against Powell. Outside, Hero. And he's good on the 3 ball. Hero's got 24 points.
He has been a one-man show trying to keep them competitive.
Back to Harden. Shoots the 3. Norman Powell with the rebound. Powell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Hawkins. Powell with it. 22 points for him.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Tyson with the bucket.
James Harden is equally good, passer or scorer. There he sets his teammate up nicely.
Ware kicks to Hero. 15 seconds left to play in the third. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here's Harden. He's got 36. Launches it. That shot missing. And so it's Cleveland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. They've got Adebayo. Jaime Jaquez is out there with Khalil Ware. And it's Mitchell, and it's Larson in at the 2-guard spot. The shot no good, Tyson.
If you're a defender, your job is to make life hard on an excellent shooter. Great defense there.
Mitchell passes to Adebayo. Here's Larson. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. Adebayo's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Tyson. Wade a screen on Hawkins. Launches a 3. Wade gets the bucket. And the Cavaliers lead by 12.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
Hawkins can't hit. And so Harden will bring it up for Cleveland. Pass to Bryant. Here's Tyson.
This guy is not afraid to get physical. Thomas Bryant doing everything he can to fight to get the shot off.
He's off on the first.
Well, you talk about a guy who is a great rim runner. You're talking about Thomas Bryant. He's also able to make that face-up jump shot. Thomas Bryant just needs to stay healthy.
And he sinks the second. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Adebayo against Bryant. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Cleveland leading by 13. Now Merrill. Pass to Harden. Wade outside. On the arc. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Mitchell passes to Adebayo. Excellent D from Wade. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Tyson with the bucket.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
Mitchell finds Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen for Rocket. Pass to Ware. Adebayo down low. Working on Bryant. Again, Adebayo missing. Here's Tyson. He's defended by Ware. Got a piece of it. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Mitchell with it, and it's Harden picking him up to the paint. Trying to end the drought, and it falls over the rim and in.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
Merrill with the ball. Wade outside. Kicks it out to Harden. Mitchell with the steal. Pass to Larson. Excellent D from Wade.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Bryant dishes to Harden. Connects again from distance.
He's got his defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game.
And what a dime from Bam. He's really skilled at looking for and finding his teammate.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey guys, well during that last break I heard Kenny Atkinson as he talked with his team. He encouraged them to keep on the pressure, saying you guys are forcing a lot of turnovers and it's because you're communicating and working together as a unit. Keep it up. Defense is clearly a priority.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Now here's Allen. Mobley outside. Schroeder looking around. 6 to shoot. For 3. Rebound by the Heat.
Boy, this guy was able to connect from deep in the first half. Hasn't found the range since.
Wiggins. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
How about that concentration from Andrew Wiggins? He refuses to give in to the defense. What a finish.
Snatched away. To the middle. Hero against Mitchell. Offensive rebound. Good ball movement here by Miami. There's a good screen. Hero from long range. Ware kicks to Mitchell. Connects from three-point range.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Now here's Schroeder. Mobley is screen on Hero. Mitchell puts in the difficult three.
That's his 5th triple of the night. 2 in the first half, 3 in this one. Huge production.
Wiggins sets a screen for Mitchell. Powell outside. And the Heat, another three.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Schroeder passes to Mitchell. Pass to Wade. Back to Mitchell. Shoots over Hero. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Well, that's surprising. This guy is a good mid-range shooter, just can't get it to go.
It's stolen by Wade. For three, Mitchell. Again, Mitchell missing. The Heat trail by 10. Down low. Here's Wiggins. That misses off the backboard. Cleveland just got 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of it. Schroeder finds Allen. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got 8 rebounds in this game. Powell the pass to Hero. For three, Mitchell. And it's Wade with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Pass to Allen. For three, Mitchell. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in. Allen's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Ware. Latrey. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
The shot by Mitchell, no good. The Heat trail by 10. Crafty moves. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Way to create just enough separation to get that shot to go.
Well, to me, that's about skill overcoming size. And how about the fearlessness at the offensive end?
James Harden, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And Miami with a change here, too. Adebayo's checked in.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Mobley a screen on Hero. The triple from Mitchell.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taking advantage of a really tired defense.
Mitchell against Hero. Powell for three. Buries the long-range jumper. Powell's got a couple of three-pointers now in the 4th for Miami. Mobley outside. Now Harden for three. Hero there for the rebound. Powell outside. Stolen by Wade. Here's Mitchell. On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Hero. And the shot goes in.
Well, James Harden will go down as one of the great scorers in NBA history. And when he gets his groove going, look out, folks.
Now Powell. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. The three doesn't go.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen to Jordan.
He flies in for the alley-oop.
Good to see Mitchell distributing the basketball, guys. You want him to find his guys and establish some chemistry.
That one pops.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Here's Mobley. Shot clock at 6. Wade! And down goes the three.
Well, you give this guy a half decent look from distance, and he's going to make you pay.
Off the glass.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Wade against Powell. Now Mobley. Allen with the screen for Mitchell. Three, good.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Cavaliers.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight will make it 46. We watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for James Harden.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot heat.
And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. Now Mobley. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
So now, let's send it over to the sideline where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game.
James, I'd love to know whether it's scoring, playmaking, or your defense. What aspect of your game are you most proud of?
Being able to play a full course of a game and, and make an impact every single play. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I have to do.
It's been fun to watch.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, James Harden.